Can you believe it? Max and Maggie and stuck in that cave all that time. They didn't even need to go to the hospital.
How are you feeling?
Actually, I'm really glad that I came down here. It was important for me to do this.
And I'm glad, too. I just was a little worried about you, that's all.
Yeah, well, no reason for anybody to be worrying anymore about anything. I'm gonna try to come home tomorrow sometime, probably late afternoon. And I was thinking, Marty, maybe we can move back into the mill house. I mean, the country club has great rooms and everything like that, but I think that we should be in our own home. Marty?
Well, okay, I guess I should get it open then. I'm really happy to hear you so enthusiastic.
Yeah, great. And as a matter of fact...
What?
Well, I've got a little surprise for you, but I think it can wait until I get home.
Okay, you can tell me more then. You, take care of yourself, all right? Drive safely.
All right, I will. And I'll be home before you know it. Bye. Hi.
Oh, bad news?
No, good news. Really good news, actually. Max and Maggie, everyone, they're safe.
Oh, that is good news indeed. There's something that you're not telling me, isn't there, Angel?
You know me too well.
Never well enough. What is it?
Dylan. I mean, he's happier than he's been in months on the phone, but, I, went down and rescued Max and Maggie, but he wants to move back home. That's good news. I mean, that's good progress. I just don't see how I can do it.
Amazing, amazing. What? This guy gets gunned down. He gets thrown off a cliff. He gets dumped into the ocean. Who in the name of heaven could live through all that?
Some guys have all the luck.
Now, how's everybody taking this news?
Oh, well, that depends on who you ask. How are you taking it?
How am I taking it? I think it's very strange, you know. I spend a few days at a fellowship. We're talking about resurrection in our own lives. I didn't expect it to hit home. No matter what horrific things this guy has done in the past, I think we have to wish him the best, and Blair, too. They were on the brink of making a new beginning. Maybe they can make a new beginning again.
Maybe.
Okay, this note you sent me at the airport said you had good news and bad news. I'm assuming the good news is that Todd is alive. What is the bad news?
Todd is alive.
Great. What did he do now?
Blair, we'd get along a lot better if you would just stick to selling makeup and leave running the paper to me.
Hello, Uncle Todd. Got a minute?
Kevin. Oh, sure, I always have time for you. Is this a friendly visit? Somehow I don't think so after all the mean things you said to me at Mommy's big mansion. And somehow, I don't think you're here to kiss and make up. So tell me, Kevin, should I be scared?
How could you not tell Marty the whole story? I mean, how could you get yourself out of your wheelchair, stand, and not even let your wife know?
Listen, Andy, I'm not going to tell her over the telephone. And besides, I've waited this long, I'll wait longer.
You're the most stubborn man in the world. No, you know what? Make that the second most stubborn.
Well, I'll let Antonio know that you said that. And hey, don't you be knocking my stubborn streak. That's what got me back on my feet. I mean, hey, you know, you want something bad enough, sometimes you get it.
And sometimes you don't. You know, when I think of all the times that I wanted Antonio back.
What do you mean you wanted him back? He's here, didn't he?
Oh, I hope so. I mean, if anything, you know, good came out of Max and Maggie being stuck in that cave, it was him figuring out, you know, just what kind of guy Carlo was, and he's willing to break from him. I hope so. I mean, maybe we can be together again. You know, I really, really hope so.
Well, no. Hoping it's not such a bad thing, is it?
It depends.
On what?
On what you're hoping for. Dylan, aren't you just a little afraid that maybe you're hoping for the wrong thing?
Broke my heart. Dylan, he sounded so hopeful on the phone, and I'm happy for him. The truth is, we could have moved back into the mill house ages ago. I've been putting it off.
Why?
I think I felt that as long as we were at the country club, our lives were just kind of frozen in time. We didn't really have to think of beyond the next day and just concentrate on Dylan getting better. But the mill house, that's home. That's the future.
And that's why he wants to go back.
I think he thinks that as soon as we step through that door, our marriage is going to start all over again.
Will it?
No. No, I told you. I told you I would leave my marriage as soon as Dylan was well enough, and that has not changed. He just doesn't know it yet. It's so weird, you know, it's strange. That house used to mean so much to me. It was my special place, my refuge, and now I don't even want to go near there, let alone move back in.
Well, if somebody were to come with you, you can go in the house, do what you have to do, and then when you're done, you and I'll go for a walk together on this glorious autumn afternoon.
I think that this is a great opportunity for you guys to thrash things out.
Well, that's why you're here, right, Kevin, to thrash things?
You know what, if we could just listen to
It's all
them,
right,
it's
Blair. We can handle this. Look, I know I wasn't the most cordial person at my mother's welcome back Todd party. And I am sorry about that. But you got to understand, I got wind of what was going down before I got there. And I got to admit, I was surprised when you just burst into the room like that. So let's just say I didn't have time
To put on a happy face.
to think straight. Catch my breath.
You said what was on your mind, Kevin. I don't have a problem with that.
Todd, it was an emotional night for everybody involved, especially my mother. You see, it's very important to her that we all try and make peace with the past and with ourselves. And I, for one, am willing to give it a shot.
Interesting choice of words.
Well, what about it? I'll go halfway on this, Todd. I will. But you have got to come out and meet me. And I am sorry, but asking Cassie Carpenter to go scandal hunting through my garbage cans to try and dig up some dirt and then firing her when she says no, that is not letting sleeping dogs lie. That is feeding them raw meat.
Cassie came crying to you when I fired her?
Absolutely not. I'm here on my own, for my own reasons. Look, Todd, you and I have a past that's like a minefield. We start walking back over that and something is going to blow up. So why don't we just put it behind us? Try and move forward. You drop this campaign against me. Give Cassie her job back. And then you and I will work something out, I'm sure of it. And you get a great reporter back in the bargain. It is a win-win situation.
Win-win. I like that. Of course, I'm not worried about a win-lose situation because I'm the one who's winning.
Todd. He is, offering an olive branch.
if Asa starts seeming a whole lot healthier, don't be surprised. And saner. Now, I shouldn't even be saying this much, so don't even ask.
I don't know whose family's more unpredictable, yours or mine.
Oh, I can answer that. It's yours, definitely. Vicky, when a Buchanan dies, they stay dead.
No, they don't. Think about it. Although I must say, Todd made quite an entrance. You were about as surprised as I've ever seen you be.
Well, surprised is a good word for it, yeah.
Imagine how shocked I was, and believe me, after everything I've been through the last couple of years, I don't shock easily. However, I wanted to thank you for coming to the house, and especially for staying after Todd showed up. I know that you've never been one of his biggest fans.
No, I'm still not.
But at least you were gracious about it. Could have used some of that from Kevin. Although he stopped by earlier, and he promised me he would keep the peace.
Vicky, Kevin's reaction was completely understandable to me. But there was one person whose behavior kind of surprised me.
Who?
You.
Me?
You. I was amazed at how angry you got with Kevin.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Clint. Kevin and I have had a lot of differences recently. That's one of the reasons I decided to go away for a couple of weeks, to allow time to cool things off between us.
Have they?
Yeah, they have. In fact, I was talking to Dr. Durbin this morning, and we're going to continue to working on me controlling my... What? What?
No, forget it. What goes on between you and your doctor is your business, not mine.
Say what you were going to say. Come on, I value your opinion. You know I always have.
Okay. If I'm out of line, I'm sorry. But are you sure this shrink of yours is doing you any good? Because from where I stand, it sure doesn't seem that way to me.
I gave Cassie an assignment. She wouldn't do it. That's why I fired her. It has nothing to do with you or with me, or with the fact that your mother is crazy and thinks that her family should be the Donna Reed show. It was a business decision, pure and simple.
Simple, yes. Pure, I don't think so. I report the news, Todd. I don't make it.
You're a Buchanan. That means you make the news. Little people, they love to hear about the big people falling like Humpty Dumpty. You know, a car crash, that's news for a day. Chappaquiddick has been news for 25 years. If you don't like it, come back in your next life as a shoe salesman.
But it's not just my family you're trashing here. It's yours, too.
So now you want me to be part of the family? Make up your mind, Kevin. I'm getting confused.
Fine. You find any news about me, go ahead. Print it. But leave Cassie out of this.
If I find out any news about you, I can print it. It's very big of you, Kevin. And all of this concern over Cassie's career. You're a hell of a guy, Kevin. Anybody ever tell that to you?
She'd do the same thing for me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I bet you would. Tell me something. Does the Reverend Carpenter know that you're sniffing around his back door?
So he fires you because you won't write his sleeves.
Oh, that's the official version.
Well, good for you. Who needs Todd Manning? Now, what do you want you to write about?
It's not important, Andrew, really. I think he was just using the whole incident as an excuse. Thank you.
Thanks.
Todd wants to run the paper by himself. And I think Blair's going to let him. She said he's been acting very strange since he got back into town. She tiptoes around him as if to avoid an avalanche. And she thinks that if she's just patient, that he'll come around eventually.
You know what it sounds? It sounds like the old Todd to me. It really does. I mean, any man that went through what he went through would have come back changed.
Oh, not him. No, for Todd, a walk into hell, it's like a stroll through the old neighborhood.
I'm angry. You know, it makes me angry that he does not recognize your extraordinary gifts. It does. And I'm relieved. I'm also relieved.
You're relieved?
I'm relieved because, you know, I always thought you were better than the son. And if Todd doesn't appreciate you, he doesn't deserve you.
Now, Andrew, I love your loyalty. But we're going to have to agree to disagree about the son. I made a big difference there.
You did. You did. But now that Todd is back, can you imagine what the kind of things he would have you write? He'd have you checking up on poor Asa Buchanan's condition. There's a robbery in town. He'll have you criticizing Bo Buchanan because he happens to be police commissioner.
It's not fair, Andrew. After all that good work I did there, it's not fair that he slams the door in my face.
You're right. It's not fair. Maybe it's a sign. Well, my mother used to say, whenever a door slams, it's because a window is opening.
Huh. Looks like the lawn care guy here. How's your lunch?
Out to lunch, right? They're on strike. You can't blame them on a day like this, right? When I was a lad in Ireland, my dad, he ran the estate of a wealthy Englishman. But on a Saturday, he grabbed my brother Seamus and myself to help him rake the leaves. And I remember walking into those great big fields and thinking that every leaf in Ireland must have fallen from those maple trees and oak trees. In about 10 minutes, we'd have a pile higher than you're sitting now. Seamus and I, we'd climb that old stone wall and jump into it, making a bigger mess than we had before. And my dad, he would curse like Lucifer himself. But in his heart, he knew that there is nothing more precious for a 10-year-old than spending time with his brother and having a leaf fight.
Leaf fight?
Yeah. It's like a snowball fight, but you leaves instead.
I mean, like, this?
That was a very, very childish thing to do, Mother.
Sorry.
Besides, it's more like that.
No thing is a hope that's too high. That's what Darlene always used to say, anyway.
Well,
She said if you wanted a miracle, you just go right out there and you just get yourself one.
you sure took her advice. It's wonderful what happened to you. You know, if I had your strength and your faith, I really wish I had the same belief in myself.
Believing in yourself is one thing, Dylan Moody. Fooling yourself is another.
Todd, Kevin and Cassie are a couple of hard-working professionals who admire each other's work.
Listen, Blair, don't even start, okay? I mean, if I thought it was true before, now I know it's true. Look at him. He wants to make me the first satellite launched by hand.
Not at all. As a gesture of good faith, I'm just gonna forget what you just said.
Good luck.
It won't be hard. You see, this is just another patented Todd Manning diversion, like giving Cassie an assignment you knew she would turn down, just so you could hide the fact of why you really fired her.
But you're so clever, you see right through me.
That's right, Todd, I do. I always have. It doesn't take much. Cassie terrifies you. That's why she had to go. Everything that makes her a great reporter makes her a threat to an insecure loser like you. She is not impressed by your money. She does not sit up when you start barking orders, and she sure isn't convinced about this reformation you've gone through. And guess what? I bet she could fill volumes with your deep, dark, dirty secrets. See, scum like you can't afford to have a real journalist on the premises. You need a garbage collector.
We all have our dirty little secrets. I bet I find out yours. And if I have to hire somebody to follow you around or go through your garbage, then I will.
Well, that's only fair. Because half the stuff you print is garbage already. So I'll tell you what, Uncle. I'm going to give you a little gift for the late edition.
I'm not pressuring you. I'm just going to give you some information. I ran into Bishop Carrington at the conference. That job's still open in Chicago. I think he still wants me for it. And he said the only obstacle was your job.
I could get another one here.
Yes, you could. Or you might be able to get a better job in Chicago at the Tribune. Or you could take some time off. You know, this parish is right in the thick of things. Keep you plenty busy. Or you could just spend a little more time with River. I know that he would appreciate that. Whatever you like. I just think it would be a great chance for you to figure out what you want to do.
Andrew, I don't need to figure out anything. I know exactly what I want to do. I want to be a good journalist. And I was halfway there when Todd gave me the hook. Now, how do you expect me to be happy about that?
I don't expect you to be happy with it. I'm trying to see things in a positive light.
Well, save it for Sunday. Sorry,
You're hurting, I know. When I say that I leave it all up to you, I mean that. I love you. I got all the faith in the world that you'll make the right decision and you're going to end up on top because you're the best. I gotta get to this meeting so we can talk about this later. Try to remember what I said. When the door shuts, it's because a window's opening.
That's enough, Kevin. I gotta get the hell out of here before I call security.
Kevin, please. Please.
Okay, Blair. Bye, Uncle Tom.
Oh, Blair. Whatever it's worth, you were making out a whole lot better when it was dead.
Blair, stop. Stop it. Look, I got a whole building full of janitors. They don't do anything but sleep all day. They'll come up here to clean it up. I don't need my... What are you doing here anyway? Don't you have anything better?
Look, you're not going to get rid of me, all right? So stop trying.
I have a paper I have to run.
Look, would you just stop and listen to me? Stop. Why were you trying to provoke Kevin just now?
Don't you dare take Kevin's side in this.
I'm not. And I wouldn't. Don't you know what you mean to me?
I'm not sure.
Todd, I am just trying to point out to you that Kevin was giving you a chance to turn things around, to make peace in our family.
I don't care about peace in our family. That's Vicky's little hobby. Look, you saw the way Kevin just... They're all like that. Kevin's the only one who's honest enough to say it. They can't stand us. They never will. To be honest with you, I'm not crazy about them.
Look, Todd, we can't think of ourselves now. We have Star. We have a little girl. She deserves happiness in her family, too. Let's start with her, okay? And we don't have to defend ourselves in this town anymore. We have a place now, something to fight for. We aren't outcasts. I mean, we have people here that are willing to take a chance for us, to stand by as friends.
Friends? What, like who? Like Patrick Thornhart?
Well, I wasn't talking about...
Yes, but Kevin was, wasn't he? I mean, when he said that you were making out better when I was dead, I mean, that's who he was talking about, right? Patrick Thornhart.
Darlene, everything's great. I mean, I'm just about ready to walk again.
Yeah, I know, and I am so happy. Because now you can see just how truly unimportant it really is.
Unimportant.
That's right. I have been watching you all these months talk about how you were just half a man as long as you were in that wheelchair. And it was all I could do not to come right down here and check the pure daylights out of you, Dylan Moody. You were 100% Dylan then, and you are 100% Dylan now. Sweetheart, it's the victories of the heart that matter. Things like love and truth. And you're not telling yourself the truth about Marty now, are you? You're not letting her tell you. But honey, somewhere inside of yourself, I think you know it. Marty's heart belongs to somebody else.
I know, I've been very hard on Kevin. And believe me, I'm not terribly happy with all this anger, but Elliot feels that it's a necessary part of therapy.
Does he? Well, call me old-fashioned. But I figure that when you walk out of a doctor's office, you should feel better than when you walked in. And damn it, Vicky, I hate seeing you and Kevin on such bad terms.
Yeah, so do I, but anyway, the worst is over. I'm sure of that. Oh, I have to call Quincy. I'll be back.
That's just the editor-in-chief I wanted to see.
Really? Is that a fact?
Yes. Remember how we were talking yesterday about hiring another top-notch reporter for Metro? You know, one almost as good as me.
Is that even possible?
Well, maybe. What about Cassie?
Cassie Carpenter? You know, the last time I checked, she was working with Blair at Brand X.
Check again. Todd just fired her.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. What happened? She forget to leave her integrity at home?
Yeah, something like that. But if Todd Manning is stupid enough to drop her, then I think we should be smart enough to pick her up.
Really? Mm-hmm. And just how long do you think she'd stick around? You know, she put me in quite a bind when she up and quit the Banner not that long ago. And now what, she wants to come back with her tail between her legs and I'm supposed to just point her to another desk as if nothing happened?
No. No, she doesn't even know I'm asking you about this. But, Dad, I mean, for instance, if I was running this newspaper and I had a chance to hire a crackerjack news hound like Cassie Carpenter, I wouldn't carry a grudge.
Guess what?
Huh?
I'm running this newspaper. And I do carry a grudge. One under each arm.
So is that a no?
No, it's not a no. It's, let me think it over. I'm not making any promises. By the way, where's that 100 lines that you were supposed to have for me on the presidential campaign, Valley?
It's in your computer, waiting for you to butcher. Thanks, Dad.
Where's he going in such a hurry?
Who knows? With Kevin, you find out where he's going after he's gotten there. But you know, he did have an interesting suggestion.
What?
That we rehire Cassie Carpenter. It seems that Todd Manning fired her from the Sun.
How could he? How could Kevin even consider such a thing?
Dylan, I am so sorry, but Marty is in love with Patrick. Honey, there's always going to be something special between the two of you. Because you brought each other through the darkest days of your lives. Marty was exactly what you needed after the accident, when you didn't think you would ever walk again. And you were what Marty needed when she didn't think she'd ever be able to get past that rape and ever love a man again. Be grateful for those gifts and move on.
Move on to what?
You listen to me, Dylan. Something inside of you got you right back on your feet again. Maybe that was just the practice you needed for something that's going to take even more courage. Letting go of something that you want more than anything in the whole world. Because it isn't yours to keep. Come on, baby brother, you can do it. Let her go.
Maybe I should build a fire for you. I'll build a fire and then I better go. This is your house and what's his house too?
Happened out there. Sun in the leaves. That's what's real. That's what's true. I won't bring any more lies into this house. I can't move back in here with Dylan. It has to all change. I promise you it will. You've mentioned Patrick before.
Right. I'm asking you again.
And I'm telling you again that there's nothing between Patrick and me except friendship.
I have business I have to do, something I should have taken care of as soon as I got back.
Fine.
Three strikes. You're out. Conrad. It's Todd. Well, how many guys do you know named Todd? Todd Manning. Well, then you don't read the paper, do you? Pick up a copy of The Sun. My pretty picture's on the front page. Conrad? Conrad. Look, I need a lawyer. Pull yourself together or I'll get another one. Ah, that's right. Now you know it's me. Get yourself over to The Sun. Meet me in my office. I need to talk to you. It's about a divorce.
Have you ever had this experience? I'm going to tell Dylan that the marriage is over. It should never have begun. That's my fault. Put more lies, it's only going to make it worse. It's not going to make it better. Dylan is expecting more from me now than ever. And it's not something I can ever give him. And I can't deceive him anymore.
So is this it then?
It has to be. I know it's going to be tough on him. He's such a good person. But I owe him the truth. And I'm going to tell him as soon as he gets back.
How can I let her go when I love her?
You can let Marty go because you love her. And you don't want to see her unhappy. And because you deserve to be loved, Dylan. Fully. Nobody's to blame for any of this, you know. Y'all could have been a bit more brave and a bit more wise. But now somebody's got to set things straight. And I'm putting my money on you. Now wouldn't that be a victory of the heart?
Dylan?
What?
Were
Were you just talking to someone?
Just myself. Let's go.
Where to?
Landview.
Now? I mean, what about Max, Maggie, dinner, the kids, you know, all that?
Hell, don't understand. I got a lot of stuff to do. I'm going home.
Cassie is married to Andrew. Kevin has been behaving very badly. He's causing a lot of trouble in that marriage.
I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
I'm not happy to hear it. But, Vicky, Kevin's suggesting that I rehire her isn't going to undermine our marriage. You can see it. What is this?
He makes me furious.
Wait a minute. I told him I'd think about it. I didn't offer her a job.
Well, he is just pushing me too far.
Cassie! Hey, your nanny told me I could find you here.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. It's good. I have some terrific news.
Oh, news. I used to be in the news business myself.
Well, you might be again. I was just talking to my dad. So, how'd you like to come back and work for the Banner?
The Banner?
Yeah, the Banner. You know, sports, funny pages, hard-hitting journalism from America's most talented young reporter. That Banner.
And, just whose idea was this?
Well, I was talking to my dad about shop and stuff like that, and I had mentioned what had happened to you. And he said, well, that maybe there's a place for that gal back here at the old Banner.
He said that, huh?
Yeah. Not so many words, but...
Yeah, well, I can imagine. I still remember what he said when I gave him my 2 minutes notice, and I can tell you it wasn't Gal.
Look, Cassie, my dad's a grown man. He understands how these things happen. I'm sure it's all old news by now. So what do you say? Are you in? Or are you in?
I guess I could be tempted.
Divorce should be no problem, particularly if you can prove that...
I can't.
Custody, however, is another matter altogether. You have no reason to believe she's an unfit mother, do you? I want my kid back. I don't care what I have to do. My kid is the only thing that matters. Well, then, let's take a look at our office.
Conrad, it's nice to see you.
You as well, Blair.
Yeah, this is Star.
Hello, Star.
Well, don't want to interrupt anything. Just
No,
keep on.
Conrad was just leaving. Look, get back to me about that as soon as you can.
I will. Good afternoon.
Afternoon. So, Todd, you want to tell me why your lawyer's here?